401Ks may be detrimental to your retirement. Take a look at this chart, which covers the Dow Jones Industrial Average from 1928 to January of 2016. Now we can break this chart into three pieces. From 1928 to 1980, the even rate of growth, called the cumulative rate of return, was under 4%. From 2000 to January of 2016, that rate, the cumulative rate of return, was again low but close to 3%. But from 1980 to 2000, the rate was just under 14%, which I refer to as the Roaring 20. 14%, pretty good, huh? But here's the thing. We grew up with that, either we or our advisor or the gurus we listen to, and the idea of roughly 14% in today's market returns seems right. Not correct, but seems right. So how did that happen? How did the markets get the energy to jump for 20 years? Back in 1978, a law was passed that allowed for the creation of the 401k. The 401k itself didn't open for business until 1980, but the timing is right. Right for what? The timing was right for taking advantage of the baby boomers' earnings and savings. There were various factors that coincided with that timing, such as restructuring of the tax laws. Ronald Reagan did that from 1981 to 1982. Desktop computers came to be in 1982 with the IBM 5150. Recognition of actual versus perceived default risk on junk investments, Drexel Lambert, in the early 1980s. A big one, high tech hits the markets leading to 2000-2001. We had a tech bubble collapse in 2000-2001. See that on the graph? We certainly had some volatility following that collapse. Important to recognize this. That 20-year period, the Roaring 20, saw companies with increasing sales, increasing stock prices, and it seemed that investment risk was gone. Infrastructure, corporate and municipal, expanded. Promises were made to employees, such as pensions built on 7% annual increases. It all seemed to work. Why am I mentioning all of that? Today we have lots of ups and downs in the markets. We've had 2 collapses in the stock market in excess of 30% within the last 16 years. Now 401ks were developed to take advantage of the stock markets. Would you agree? As I pointed out, prior to the 1970s, that wasn't the way most people saved for retirement. Today it is. Take a moment to think about the performance of your 401k or your IRA, or even your investment account. How is it working out? I know there are some who can grow their accounts quite nicely, but they're the outliers. Consider this. The current advice is to simply buy the index by purchasing exchange-traded funds or ETFs. Well, if the index isn't growing sufficiently long term, is that good? The stock markets are not cooperating, are they? What if the markets continue with the volatility we've experienced for the last 16 years? What if the markets return to the rate of growth we saw prior to 1980? Putting money into a 401k, even with the match from an employer, well, it all depends on performance, doesn't it? We use these 401ks to provide, we hope, the money we'll need for retirement. I'll repeat, 401ks were developed to take advantage of the stock markets. The real returns are not large enough, either consistently or in total, to provide. And our expectations are based on a bygone era and the influence it has on our mindset. So, what's the answer? First, the question. Why do we see the markets, IRAs, 401ks, as the core of our plan? Isn't it, by the way, gambling? Shouldn't we use a vehicle with guaranteed growth and consistency as the core of any plan? Certain types of whole life insurance with a combination of tax advantages, consistency of growth, and guarantees might be your answer. Let's talk.